must talk. Father?
Manor, what have you done?
No, I haven't.
Sister? Father! Nisha, contact the yard! It will be all right, sister.
Well, lady, these are Detective Inspector Bartholomew Smithens, and you're already familiar with Detective Sergeant Charlie Harris.
Thank you, madam. Lady Sharinghold, I understand this is a difficult time, but I must ask you a few questions.
Please, call me Eve. We'll answer whatever you need.
Excellent. First, I must ask, who discovered the body?
As I was on my way to deliver tea, sir, I discovered Lady Elise standing over the body with something in her hand.
That's quite enough, Nisha. You are dismissed.
No, wait. Miss Sharinghold, this may be your estate, but I am the man in charge here. Your staff will comply with my orders. Miss Nisha, was it? Tell me what else you saw.
Well, after I screamed, the lady fainted. I hadn't thought to do anything until Lady Eve entered and asked me to contact you. The yard, I mean.
And it's a good thing you did. You said she had something in her hand. What was it? Can you show me?
I believe Lady Elise still has it.
Hello, Elise. Could you please show us what you found?
No, I have nothing.
But the lady did have something, I'm sure of it.
Perhaps you were confused, Nisha.
Or perhaps someone is withholding evidence. Aris, show me the murder weapon.
Unaccounted for, sir. A knife of some kind.
So you were holding your father, covered in blood. There's no weapon to be found, and yet a witness says you had something in your hand which has miraculously disappeared.
Detective, I do not appreciate what you are implying.
I'm simply listing the evidence at hand, Miss Sharinghold. And it speaks for itself. Constable!
Yes, sir.
Please escort Lady Elise to the wagon.
Right away.
Lack of evidence! Lack of evidence!
Sergeant.
Officers, the weapon has not been found. The witnesses have not been thoroughly questioned, and, according to the document, it may be faulty. We cannot arrest her without proper evidence.
Aris, perhaps personal entanglements are clouding your judgments. It would be prudent to remove you from this case immediately.
Officers, please, allow us time to search for the evidence so that we may find the true culprit.
True culprit? Are you questioning my judgment, Aris?
Not at all, sir. I simply want justice to prevail, and that cannot happen until we find the weapon.
Tomorrow night. I will give you until then before I return with the rest of the force to retrieve the true culprit.
All right, man, round up. Headed out.
Can you believe the nerve of that man? This may be your estate, but I am the man in charge. What a load of bullocks, acting like little Elise could have killed father. Does he not see how fragile she is?
It will be all right, Eve.
Thank
We
you.
will prove her innocence.
Thank you, Charlie.
Of course. Ellie, you don't deserve to be put in the middle of all this. Especially not after everything your family has put you through.
Charlie, it's all well and good you believe you can help us, but there are only 3 of us. It would take a miracle to solve this in less than a day.
Not a miracle, but perhaps a man. Can I use your phone?
The line's been cut.
Parchment, then. You there. Go to this address and find Detective Damon Richards. Tell him Charlie Harris wants to call in that favor.
would you please stop following me?
Sir, I cannot have random strangers entering this Do not go in there. I need to announce you first.
I don't need any damn announcements. I'm expecting.
Nisha, who is this?
Apologies, my lady, but this man just burst through the door asking to speak with you, and he wouldn't even let me give him his title.
I shouldn't have to give my title if I was the one summoned.
Damon, you've made it, and as usual with your ever-charming personality.
Harris, you run with that ever disgusting optimism.
Disgusting. Who are you to pass judgment on someone? Charlie, who have you summoned to my
Charlie,
home?
do you rub noses with heiresses now?
Damon, please.
The weapon was a blade, on the thinner side. The victim was male, late 50s, early 60s, I assume the lord of this home.
How did you...
The angle of the splatter is far too high to be a woman. And besides, no lady's personal decor would ever look like this. The telephone line has been cut, the patio left wide open, his morning cup has badly been touched. Oh, and by the way, this blood is drying. He was murdered sometime around noon. Anything to add, Harris?
The weapon's location is unknown. The photographer photos came back.
The blade also had a slight curve to it. Who was it who discovered the body?
Me, sir.
And they believe you did it?
Yes, sir.
Did you?
Of course not! Who are you? You certainly don't seem like one of Charlie's colleagues.
He isn't. Ladies, this is Detective Damon Richards. He was one of the brightest detectives until about 3 years ago. He started his own private practice. Damon, these are ladies Eve and Elise Sharinghold. They are childhood friends, so please, try to behave.
That's even possible.
Pardon me?
That will be all, Nisha. You may go.
Are you sure, madam? I could get you something. Tea, perhaps?
We're fine, Nisha.
Harris, did you really need to use your favor for this? They can't charge her with anything.
The lead detective is Smithens. They will keep her locked up until they find the evidence. You're the only person I trust who can help.
Please? Sir, I can't be locked away.
What did you see when you discovered the body?
Blood. Everywhere. Father slumped over his desk. I saw something in the blood and my mind fogged. I picked it up. And then next thing I knew, Miss Nisha was there shouting so loud I fainted.
Why did you come into his study?
I had something important to discuss with Father, though. I can't seem to remember what.
Has anything been moved since you came in? Is anything out of place?
Not to my knowledge. No?
I was here after Lee's spill. Nothing was moved then either.
Where was everyone during the time of the attack?
I was upstairs in my quarters working on reports. As for the staff, only a few are on duty today. Their schedules are posted below in the servants' quarters. I doubt any of them could do this, though.
Regardless, they must all be questioned individually. Show me to where those schedules are posted.
Wait, you will not wander about my home, Richards. Richards!
He's very strange. Charlie, are you sure he can help us?
He may be an imbecile where people are concerned, but as far as investigations go, he's a genius. Come now, we wouldn't want there to be a second murder.
Have to clean up by myself around here. My schedule as it is.
Don't touch that! This is an active crime scene!
But I was just on my way to start tea.
Again with the damn tea! A man's throat has been slit not even 6 hours ago, and you think it is an appropriate time for bloody tea!
Well, as head maid of this manor, it is my duty to make sure the guests and residents are fed.
Madam, your employer is dead. After afternoon tea should be the least of your concerns. And furthermore, what do you not understand about an active crime scene? You are not to touch anything, handmaid or not. You have no authority here. Out!
How dare you speak to her in that tone? You are not lord of this manor. Do not order my staff around.
I will if your staff are incompetent.
How dare you? Yes, she can be a bit daft at times, but that woman is like my mother and deserves more respect.
It isn't about respect. It's about evidence. And unless you'd like to see your sister in shackles, it must stay pristine. Besides, something is strange about that woman.
Oh yes, a working woman doing her job. How strange indeed.
Never mind that. Was that the only schedule posted?
Yes. Alric and I shall make it a week in advance. These are the only staff on duty today.
I must question them all individually, one by one. Can you send one of your members of staff to go round them for me?
I can send them, Lady Eve.
Alric, you scared the dickens out of me. Haven't we asked you to stop doing that?
Oh, I apologize. It wasn't my intention to intrude. I was simply doing my rounds in the garden when I heard some strange voices.
Let me guess, you were dusting the flowers?
Well, now that you mention it, they do look a bit withered. No, I was collecting flowers for my lady.
You wanted to collect withered flowers for your lady?
Well, some may be withered, but I would only collect the best.
Thank you for the gesture, Alric. Could you please gather the staff?
Do all your staff have a screw loose?
P.I. Damon. Alric may be a tad strange, but nothing suggests he's missing any screws.
Must be if he's working for this family.
On that note, Damon, what's the next move?
While Alaric gathers the staff, I wish to know. Nothing has been moved since the scene of the murder, but is there anything in here that otherwise wouldn't be? Anything out of place?
Other than the teapot, no, nothing's out of place.
My lady, Alaric said you were looking for me.
Oh, joy! You again. What were you, lurking in the corridor?
Of course not. I was just doing my rounds.
Well, let me guess, you wanted to know if we needed tea!
Goodness, with observations like those, it's no wonder you're such a renowned detective.
Madam, is tea your only chore in this house? Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to know. Please, sit down. We shall begin the questioning with you. What was your relationship with the lord of this manor?
Relationship? What relationship? I am a properly married woman.
You're married?
In a sense, my husband passed not too long ago, but he promised he'd stay close. My poor body.
Speaking of dead men, I have been informed that you were the one that found Lady Elise with the body.
I was.
Why did it not occur to you immediately to contact the yard as soon as you saw the body?
Damon, perhaps we could be just a tad gentler with the questioning?
It's all right. I can handle my own with pompous men. Well, I was terrified. I hadn't thought to do anything until Lady Eve entered.
So terrified you wouldn't call for aid.
Richards, that's enough. You're upsetting her. Nisha, please go.
But I've barely asked any questions yet.
I feel you've asked too many.
Very well. You are dismissed. Don't touch that!
Well, that was enlightening. I don't remember her being married, though. And why do I recognize that name, Barty?
Who cares about the name of a dead man? Barry Bailey? It gives us no leads.
Perhaps, if you asked relevant questions, you'd have one.
Perhaps if I was allowed to ask relevant questions, your sister would be less at risk for imprisonment.
Damon!
Pardon me, the staff have arrived.
Excellent. All of you exit. I shall question them all individually. Who are you and what is your position in this manor?
My name is Margaret Livings. I work as a maid under head maid Nisha.
My name is Callum Baxter, sir. I'm a footman under the guidance of Alaric.
and next in line to be the head butler.
Oh, forgive me for not introducing myself sooner. I was a bit occupied. My name is Alaric Montford, personal butler to the head of Sharinghold.
What can you tell me about the late Lord Sharinghold?
Well, the late lord kept to himself and hardly spoke to us staff. Though I suppose he was generous with the amount of time he gave us off. Not many of us are around often.
Me? Well, I suppose the Lord thought highly of me, given my position and all. Since I'm here often, I see all the comings and goings of the Lord's visitors. Odd fellows they were, though what their business was none of my concern. See, as head butler in training.
My lord. Well, he was my lord, though not in a religious sense.
Oh, his lordship was an amazing businessman. I'm told no one could buy or sell properties the way he did. Sometimes I get to wait on his visitors and, they always carried the most lavish items.
Phenomenal businessman he was. Whatever he desired was his. The Lord had connections everywhere. You know, one of my responsibilities was logging the Lord's visitors. I could bring you his books if you like.
My lord was a private man.
Where were you at approximately 1500 hours?
I was dusting the rooms in the West Wing.
I was preparing the master's clothes for supper, though I suppose that means I'll need to prepare his funeral gown.
I was weeding the broom in the garden. No matter how sweet or how beautiful, that pesky weed keeps coming back. It lulls you in with a false sense of security. And just when you think you're safe, nausea, dizziness, headaches. It can even kill you if you're not careful.
Did you notice anything strange in the manor throughout the day?
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, you don't know. Well, the manor is plagued by specters. Unexplained creaks and bumps in the middle of the night, locked doors left ajar, whispers bubbling up through the walls. Why, I heard some in the wee hours of the morning.
The Lady Elise did come into the master's study.
And that is unusual?
For Lady Elise, highly.
What do you mean by that?
Well, sir, not that I'm one to gossip, but from what I heard, she and the master have not spoken since she returned from St. Anne's.
Which is?
The mental asylum.
So, Alaric, you are made aware of all that happens throughout the manor?
I would hope so.
But perhaps you can enlighten me on Lady Elise's stay in the asylum.
It's not my place to say, sir.
Very well. You are dismissed, Alaric. Let the gardener know I am ready for him. Enter. Harris, where's the gardener?
Has he not been found yet?
Found yet? When did he bloody go missing?
Earlier this morning, were you not informed?
Apparently. I am left uninformed about many things.
I know that look, Damon. Out with it then.
When were you planning on telling me about Lady Elise's stay in the mental institution?
I didn't feel it was relevant to this case.
Oh, come on. You, out of all people, should know that any details are relevant to a case.
Well, in this case, I didn't feel it to be.
Feelings as a detective, or as a lovesick fool.
Lovesick? Lovesick? I am no one's fool.
Not even for Lady Elise?
Bite me.
Harris, you used your single favor to me to have me help this woman. I know you care for her. But if you are not transparent with me, the only place you will ever love her from is behind a cell.
I am confident that you will not let that happen.
Without information, I am not. Please, Charlie, help me help you. What is Lady Elise's history?
It's not that much different from yours, I suppose. She was a bright young thing. She lost someone dear to her young. Though, instead of academics, she drowned her sorrows in opium. It was that addiction that landed her in St. Anne's for nearly half a decade. When she came back, she said it was torture. Staff beating patients day in and day out. She blamed her father and they fought.
Any physical altercations?
No. She was barely lucid enough for much more than a brief yelling match. They did something to her there, Richie. She's not full anymore. It's like a part of her spirit's missing.
It's clear she hated her father. But do you think it was enough for her to kill him?
No.
How do you know?
Because if she wanted him dead, she had every opportunity before now to do so.
Enter!
I do not need your permission to enter.
Then why bother knocking?
I was the one who knocked, sir. We wanted to know how the investigation was coming along.
Well, Lady Elise, I do have a few more questions for you. But as of right now, I think it is imperative to our investigations that we find that gardener.
Questions for Elise? You have
Eve,
already
let the
asked.
man do his job.
Whose side are you on, Charlie?
Obviously, I'm on the
Enough!
side.
If Charlie trusts him, then so do I. Diamond, take Charlie to go look for the gardener. Eve and I will stay behind and keep watch of the study.
What are you doing?
I was tending to the flowers. It would be bad faith to let them die now.
Miss Livings, right? Perhaps you can tell me where, Philip is.
Philippe.
Excuse me?
His name is Philippe, and I have no clue, milady. Please excuse me.
Odd. Margaret never talks back.
That seems suspicious. Should we bring her back in for questioning?
Later. Come now, Harris, we have limited time.
Unusually forward of you, Marty, but I have no complaints.
They suspect Philippe.
What?
I was watering the flowers when I heard them. They think Philippe could be involved.
But that can't be. He was with you, wasn't he?
No, I thought he was with you.
Did they ask you anything?
Yes, but I said I knew nothing.
Good. If anyone else asks, we know nothing. We saw each other as we were passing by our rounds. We don't speak to Philippe. We aren't even friends with him. Understand?
But Philippe.
We'll understand. We know nothing, right?
Right, we know nothing.
I'm going to bring this to the inspector. Hopefully, they'll move on from Philippe soon. Come, Margaret.
What's this? Elise. This is a letter from father. Dearest daughter, I've put off writing this letter for far too long, knowing that the words should be spoken in person. My fear of saying the wrong thing has kept me from expressing what's in my heart.
My heart, I am so sorry for the pain I've caused you and your sister. I recognize that I've been far from the father you deserve. Many nights I sit alone, overwhelmed with regret for my actions. There are moments when I wish for Margaret to be right regarding the supernatural, just so your mother can come back and scold me. I cannot change the past, but I want you to know that I am determined to be a better father for you. I love you deeply, my dearest.
It isn't addressed.
It was probably for you. You two were closer.
Lee, I'm sure that he...
It's okay, Evelyn. I've come to terms with Father's preferences in children. Though, good on him for apologizing at least once in his life. It's getting late.
It is. At this rate, the investigation will have to resume in the morning.
Should we ring for Albert to prepare some rooms?
What the hell?
Eve?
It isn't working.
Strange, though I suppose we could have Charlie take a look at it in the morning.
Enter. Oh, good, Nisha. We were just about to ring, but the bell must be broken.
Oh, that old thing, it hasn't worked in a fortnight, I'm afraid. Anyways, did you need anything, my lady?
Yes. Could you prepare some rooms for our guests? It seems we'll be in for a long night.
Of course, I'll have Alec on it right away. In the meantime, would you like some tea?
We're fine, Nisha. Just the rooms, please.
Lady Eve,
Yes, Nisha.
I would like to apologize for my outburst in front of the officers earlier. I was just so shocked that my mouth got ahead of my mind, and your family's always just been so kind to me, especially after Barty. Oh, never mind. Losing a loved one aches. If there's anything you need, please let me know.
She upsets me.
She's trying her best, Lee.
Her best to have me in chains. They will send me back.
Elise, as long as I'm here, you will never go back.
You do not know that, Evelyn. What if they force me to? I can't go back, not when I've just started to be awake again.
Awake.
Even after returning, I still felt the slug of the asylum. And it's only been in the past few days that I've started to feel whole again.
Why do you think so?
I have no clue.
Has there been any change to your routine? Something new, something removed?
I don't know. My lucid moments only came about when I was too angry to stay under. I remember being led on walks in the garden, some morning teas and reading with you, but not much else.
Was there anything else? Anything at all?
I don't know. I can't. Can we please just change the topic of discussion?
Of course. What would you like to discuss?
There is the matter of you and P.I. Damon.
What matter? There is nothing between me and that pompous ass.
Lady Sharinghold, I do ask for you to be kinder to yourself.
Any news on the gardener?
None, as though he vanished.
People do not just vanish, Harris. Are we sure that he did not just flee when the force arrived?
And go where? All of our staff are paid in room and board. They live on the grounds without a penny to their name.
That seems rather brutish.
I agree. But Father insisted. He said if you put effort into training them, you must put effort into keeping them.
What? Until now, I've heard nothing but praise for the man.
Not everything he did was praiseworthy.
Like sending you to the asylum?
Who told you?
That does not matter. What does matter is that I get a clear and transparent picture of who your father was and who his enemies were. I cannot do this with half-truths and lies of omission. Your sister will suffer greatly if this continues.
You'll need this then.
Jesus, Evelyn, is that
Oh,
the...
no, it's not the weapon. The blade that was used was thin and curved. This one is way too thin and only has a slight curve to
So then Nisha wasn't lying. Why would you withhold evidence that'll only make things worse for Elise?
What would you have me do, Charlie?
Be honest! Neither of you are guilty. You have nothing to hide unless...
She didn't kill him! I suspect that, as his heir, there would have been far less conspicuous ways to end him.
There were. I just had more patience than his killer, apparently.
Jesus, Evelyn, saying things like that will have you to a suspect list.
Better me than Elise.
No one will be put on a suspect list if we could just find this weapon. We'll need to conduct another round of questioning.
I will tell you everything I know.
Actually, if I may, we've been at this for hours. I propose we shelve questioning for the morning. Let ourselves rest for the evening.
Of course. We had rooms made. Just let me ring. Drat, that's right.
What?
The bell's broken for a fortnight, apparently. I was gonna have you take a look at it later, Charlie. Enter.
Pardon. Sorry to disturb you so late. I have the visitor logs you requested, Inspector. Were you going to ring, milady?
No, Callum, it's not like I could anyway.
Did it break this morning?
2 weeks ago.
That can't be right. The Lord rang for Alaric and I last evening. Wanted us to sort out some meetings he had. If that is all, I will call someone in the morning to fix it.
Mr. Baxter, perhaps you can tell me about the gardener.
Philippe? Couldn't say much. Hardly knew him. We aren't even friends. Look at the time. Good night, miladies.
The ring is missing.
Well, no wonder it hasn't worked. The thing probably fell out.
No, it was purposely removed. See this? The ring has been detached.
Why do that?
Why cut the phone line? I mean, short of sleeping, Father was always in his study. His killer didn't want him to contact anyone.
Are we not near the servants' quarters? Surely someone would have heard if he called out.
If I remember correctly, the only person who would have been near here during...
Oh, good
The
heavens.
rooms are prepared.
Thank you, Alaric. Did you prepare Charlie's usual room?
Indeed, madam.
Perfect. Come, Charlie. It'll be like old times.
Ellie, I don't think right now is the most appropriate time.
I suppose you've prepared his room next to the inspector's?
I did, milady.
Then I will show him to his quarters. Go get some rest, Alaric. With all these revelations, we could all use it.
You are too kind.
Are you not coming?
I want to review these papers before I turn them in.
And let you stumble around my home in the dead of night.
Careful, Lady Sharinghold. If I were anyone else, that might sound like consent.
Concern for the poor servants, perhaps. Margaret believes the man is haunted as it is. Are you really not coming?
I want to review these papers first.
Your room is in the upper west wing, past the Hall of Family Portraits. Will be the third door to your left.
Isn't that the family wing?
It is. Consider yourself lucky. Albrecht must like you. If it were up to me, I'd put you in the shed.
How generous, my lady.
Inspector, please keep her out of the asylum.
I will.
Investigating a crime scene! What are you doing here?
Well, someone has to do your job for you.
Strange to be hired considering your track record.
Do you mean the record that still surpasses yours?
Actually, it's the record that includes keeping my partners alive.
Gentlemen! Haven't we had enough entertainment for one night?
What is going on in here? Sergeant?
Harris?
You're panting like a dog in labor.
Yes, well, I rushed over from the West Wing because Callum said there were problems in the study. Sorry, Sergeant, what are you doing here?
My job.
But we still have time.
I see how carelessly you're wasting it. Well, you lot lollygag, I've decided to do some real police work and prevent any nefarious tampering with the evidence.
Oh, yes, because I can see how acting as a common burglar can help you catch a knife-wielding maniac!
No, Callum, I'm telling you, there was moaning and groaning and oh, these awfully ghoulish sounds.
Don't be foolish, Margie. See then, just some men.
Oh, my.
Oh my, indeed. I do not believe we have officially met, my lord. My name is Callum Baxter, head butler in training. Is there anything I can get you? A room, tea, clothing?
It would be lovely, thank you.
Step away from the door!
Sorry.
Does anyone here know what a crime scene is?
This is exactly why I must stay. We have civilians entering and exiting as they please, people touching evidence, and false inspectors napping on the scene. Kaiser!
Yes, sir.
Prepare me a room for this evening. And you,
Margaret living, sir?
maggots, would you be so kind as to fetch me some tea, preferably served on a different cart?
Right away.
Not to be rude, Sergeant, but I don't believe the ladies have invited you to stay in their estate.
I do not need an invitation. After all, justice must be served.
Hello? Is someone there? Hello? Philippe?
No, I'm just losing my mind.
Margie! There you are. Isn't anyone helping you with this mess?
No, the other mates stayed away. Didn't want to disturb the Lord's resting place so soon.
Margie, please take a moment. Running around isn't helping you.
Why would he leave? I know he didn't love it here, but I thought he would at least tell us. We don't even know if he's alive.
I'm sure he's all right. He wouldn't leave unless it was important.
But what if he did do it? What if he killed our Lord?
Then he is better off gone.
Cal!
Margie, if he is involved, there's little either of us could offer him. For the time being, I take solace in the idea that he is away and aloof on some unexpected errand.
That does seem like something he'd do, doesn't it? Oh, I knew this manor was haunted. I should have stayed away from this study. Oh, God, he's dead.
No, he isn't dead. He would be freezing if he were dead.
What is that racket?
Nothing, milady.
What is this disaster?
I am so sorry.
She is a tad upset. Excuse me.
Wait. The inspector wanted a second round of questioning done. When you find her, please return.
Yes.
Excellent, you are awake.
I left you alone for one
Eve,
night.
I'm sure he has a reasonable explanation.
Reason? Since coming into my home, he has only lacked reason.
Evelyn, please. Last night we had an unexpected visitor.
What visitor would arrive now of all times?
You wouldn't believe it.
My. What a merry band of idealists. I must thank you, Lady Sharinghold. Your hospitality and tea are quite exquisite.
What are you doing in my home, in my father's robes?
Why, I'm here to capture the killers.
Killers!
Killer, pardon me. Quite difficult to talk with your mouth full, boy.
I assumed you'd be quite apt at that, Sergeant.
My lady, Callum informs me there was an unexpected visit.
Apologies. Hello again, Mrs.
Nisha, and you are Detective Bartholomew Smithens, correct?
Correct. I would have made an official announcement, but justice waits for no man.
Oh, speaking of waiting, you must all be famished. Could I prepare breakfast for you and your guests, my lady?
Morning tea would be refreshing. Allow me to assist you.
Don't touch that! If I remember, someone was making a big fuss just this morning about tampering with evidence. Do you not know any better?
Do you see the state of this room? It's already been tampered with. The card hardly matters now.
With all due respect, Sergeant, we're allowed to conduct an investigation on our own terms. The cart remaining in its place is a part of that. Or would you go against your own word?
Of course not. Real detective always does.
Then perhaps you can leave so the real detectives may get back to work.
Yes, Nisha can take Sergeant Smithens out.
Well, a sweet offer, Miss Sharinghold. I'm afraid with the loose handling of evidence, I must insist on staying on the premises. But I would love a tour of your home. Nisha, you'd be so kind.
Of course, follow me.
That oaf! Trent is around ruining everything. He is so
Aggravating!
Yes, exactly!
That voice is so familiar.
Whose voice? The sergeant's?
Of course his voice is familiar, dear. He was here just yesterday.
No, I recognized it from before.
Before,
Before I was sent away.
what do you mean by that?
The day before I was sent away, I came to knock on Father's study when I heard him arguing with another man, who I now assume is Smithens. Smithens was angry with Father. He said something about, what was it he said? It is done. The investigation is over.
What investigation?
I don't know. I can't remember much after.
Was there anything else? What did Father say?
It's all right, Ellie. Perhaps we should fetch the maid to get you some tea.
No, I've had enough damn tea. I just need to remember.
You will. Fine. For now, just try to focus on what you can remember. Perhaps Eve can help you.
I wouldn't be able to. I wasn't here. I was away on business. Elise was going to join me, but caught a bug the night before.
Yes, but I recovered by night. I was so upset that I missed you. I'd spent the evening in the garden by the lavender. And that's when I saw Father on the patio with company. It was a woman. Slender, long face, ginger. They were arguing and Father was furious.
What was the argument about?
Father's records. She said she had a copy of them, and unless he cooperated, she would expose him.
Exposed it. Was your father involved in illicit activities?
Not to my knowledge. He was too timid to put himself in any real danger. Everyone revered his silver tongue, but he could never challenge a person who looked into his eyes. His only risks were his properties.
Yes, I remember. That butler boy did tell me that your father was able to obtain all sorts of properties. Do you think he still has those records?
He should. Maybe in his desk.
Father would never keep anything that important in his desk. There's a safe in his room where any important documents are hidden.
Why do that?
Everyone expects work to stay in the study. Locking it elsewhere keeps it safe from sharks. Stay here. I'll retrieve it for you. Elise, would you mind helping me?
What do you take of her memories of Smithens?
Could possibly be damning if not for his airtight alibi.
Which is...
Me and the rest of the force. He was at Jefferson's retirement brunch cutting the cake.
Damn it! I thought we had a connection. Do you know what case he would be referring to?
No idea, but if it was closed, there should be some record of it. Going to the yard and back would take about an hour.
No, that would take way too long.
I have a suggestion, gentlemen. There's a phone outside. You could call and have someone come halfway.
I suppose Lancaster owes me a favor?
Do you think it is a wise idea to trust this man?
Do you have a better option?
Oh no, please refrain from touching anything this crime scene has had enough unnecessary tampering as it is.
Please, I insist. At least let me sweep away the shards.
All right, I guess that is fine, but please try to touch as little as possible. And if you find anything of importance, do not hesitate to contact us.
Oh, of course. We wouldn't want to get in the way of you capturing the killers.
Killers?
A slip of the tongue. A slip of the tongue.
I'm sure they're around here somewhere.
Oh! Alaric! Smithens! Nice shot. What can I do for you?
Nothing, no. Najee was just finishing our tour. Very helpful with the case. Your lord has a lovely home. The war memorabilia is very tasteful. Did you know I served in the war? Reached colonel before an injury got me discharged. Not all bad though. Help with the promotion.
Speaking of the case, you haven't found any solid evidence, have you?
I'm unable to disclose such matters at this time.
Of course not.
Oh, that looks like such a nasty storm.
Oh, please, I know storms. By the looks of the clouds, it's nothing more than some passing rain.
Blast! Come, the kitchen should have candles lest the lights give out again. Hurry, quickly.
Are you sure about this?
Do you have a better idea?
Hey, my friend, you have the drinks!
Of course I
Let me see,
do.
let me see.
What?
Oh, it's up! Oh!
Do you know how rare it is for us servants to have a day to celebrate to ourselves?
That is from the chorus, correct?
Oh, yes, I did.
Damn it all! The servants' quarters would be crawling with people.
Leave it to me. Move. Here, get the corner.
Where have you been?
We went to go retrieve files of our own. Did you find anything?
We found some of Father's old missing papers.
And?
They were as expected. Some receipts, titles of property plans, all for properties he got for mysteriously low prices.
There was also a list of his bid records with his wins and losses. One against Matthew Holdings, lost against Stephen Layhold, won twice against Edmund Reach, then lost a few times to Andrew Perry and Stephen Adams.
This can't be right. Those are your father's townhouses. And those are the equestrian fields. Are you sure these are correct?
prophecies mean something different. His next loss wouldn't be until...
Ronald Stewart, then Nicholas Davis.
Are you familiar with them?
No, but I'm very familiar with their death certificates. The files we retrieved regarded a case that involved lords and influential persons going missing. This is the only document that mentions your father.
Father was a suspect?
Well, according to these, no. But with such a glaring connection, I'm surprised he wasn't. Harris, who were the officers involved in that case?
The overseeing inspector was B. Smithens, and the lead inspector was Julie.
Do you know her?
New. Miss Reynolds is dead. She has been for over a year now.
Who was she?
Miss Reynolds was Damon's partner. They worked incredibly well together.
Julie's wit was uncompared. She was the first true friend I had on the force. She died on the last case we took.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, it's all right. Believe me, I've had plenty of time to grieve, and besides, I always keep a picture of her in my wallet. Blast! Lost it!
Did you drop it on our walk?
No, I had it last night. Is it near the chase?
Oh, here it is. Is this her? She's quite beautiful.
That is her. That's the woman from the patio.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Harris, what do Julie's case notes say?
There are none.
That's impossible. Julie always kept detailed notes.
Of hers, there are none. Only Smithens. Cleared Sharinghold. I can't get this damn thing to stay. Cleared Sharinghold of all suspicion. No current leads. Closure order set for July 7th, 1953.
I left on the 2nd of the month.
There's no reports of her coming to the manor.
Wait, that servant boy. He brought me visitor logs. How far back do they detail?
This one is 1953 to 1954. Charlie?
July 7th, 1953. BS, that is his signature.
That was only a few weeks before Julie died.
J.R. That is Julie's handwriting.
Hello? Oh, there you are, my ladies. I brought lunch. We thought you would have been famished by now.
We.
Yes. After the tour, I offered food to our guest, who so graciously volunteered to help me bring up the rest. It's been awfully troublesome without the cot.
You volunteered.
I did. Thoroughly right to extend the offer. They certainly don't have these foods where she's going.
Pardon me, Sergeant. I would like to extend my deepest apologies. With my father's passing, the whole manor has gone up in turmoil, and after some reflection, I've come to see how poorly I treated you. As the current heir Sharinghold, I would like to correct my ways. I assume your tour was left unfinished. Allow me to call my butler.
Oh, that won't be necessary. Nigel here was very thorough.
Oh, but I insist.
My lady,
Elise, Charlie, are you alright?
Just some still sitting.
Is everyone all right?
I believe so. Should we call for Alred?
Madam!
Ulrich! Please take Sergeant Smithens on an extended tour of the manor, and please, leave nothing out.
If you're
Excuse me, my lady.
Nisha, before you depart, what do you take of the sergeant's character?
Well put together, I suppose. I would even say knowledgeable.
And if you are honest,
Perhaps a bit arrogant. Before I depart, my lady, may I ask you something? This whole ordeal has tired me greatly, and I find it prudent I take my leave.
Yes, perhaps a few days off would do you good.
No, I would like a more permanent arrangement.
Are you not happy here?
I am, my lady, but this has just stirred up many awful memories.
Of?
My poor Barty. But I cannot bring myself to discuss it. Regardless, I wanted to warn you. If you'll excuse me.
Madam, I must remind you there is an ongoing investigation. Please refrain from leaving until its conclusion.
thank God. Thought she'd never leave.
Agreed.
Elise!
Would you stop defending her? If it weren't for her, Smithers wouldn't have accused me.
No, he very much would have. Smithens has always preferred results over accuracy.
Well, what now? It's obvious he did it.
He can't have been the one to kill your father. He was in the precinct when the news came.
Let's look over these files one more time. We're missing a detail. I just know it.
Oh, tyranny is over. My better free.
Thank the Queen. I hated that brat.
Did you hear? Wouldn't let Chalmers go to his wife's funeral. Man's been serving the family for years. Least he could do was give him the afternoon off.
That is nothing. Did you hear him call the foreigner an animal? Right mental with that one.
We need to go. Hurry.
Hey, what's going on? What you got there?
Margaret, she wasn't crazy. We were celebrating, like you a lot, when it got her.
What got her?
The ghost.
Hasn't been too much to drink, have you, boy?
No, I'm trying to warn you before it comes. It's furious.
Do you know how rare it is for us servants to enjoy an evening? I will not sit here and let you ruin it.
Servants! How dare you! My husband is dead, my children are suffering, and yet you spend your hours mocking them. Leave lest you suffer my wrath.
That's a silly trick.
Your lives are all forfeits.
Brilliant, love. You should become an actress.
Oh, how is he?
Seems to be doing better. Bit warm, though.
Well, let him rest.
Staying here for too long seems dangerous.
Oh, better you rest now and wake up with some strength and none at all.
Killers. Smithens referred to killers, not a killer.
And everything from the phone, the bell, even his tea. His accomplice had to have access to the study and enough familiarity to not raise any suspicion.
One of the servants, maybe?
Someone, Archie!
What is this all about?
My lady, Mrs. Livers was right. This man is full of spirits and apparitions.
It's all right, mate. What happened?
We went to Simmons' quarters, and then the Calla came in with Mrs. Libby's body, and then the curse of Mrs. Sharinghold. She cursed us all.
Our mother.
Where are they now?
If he had any sense, out the Simmons' quarters, but I can't see Baxter leaving Miss Libby's body there.
Body?
Mrs. Livings, I'm afraid the worst. I'm sorry, Mrs. Sharinghold.
Anyone fancy a trip to the servants' quarters?
Oh, it's been hours. I can't wait much longer. Please excuse me.
Oh! Ow! Margie? Cow?
Oh,
Lily.
darling!
What happened?
We were hoping you could tell us. Please stand down, Miss Livings. We do not wish to harm your lover. That goes for you too, Mr. Baxter. I understand wanting to protect your partners, of course, but...
Partners?
They seem far too intimate not to be.
Oh.
Where have you been?
Last I remember, I was on my way to see the Lord.
What for?
Well, part of my duty is to report any suspicious activity I see around the outer gates. This morning, I saw an officer looping around the property line before disappearing. I was on my way to go see him before I collapsed. I probably called them too much broom. Broom? Common broom. The little one that Nisha insists on decorating with. They're fine or less, but if they're just nauseous.
How so?
Fine to be in small doses, but if you eat them, you will suffer. Next thing you know, dizziness, drowsiness, nausea, headaches. I probably inhaled too much and it took a spill.
Oh, darling, we thought you were killed or had disappeared, or maybe you finally done us a favor and killed the old bastard.
Excuse me.
Your father was awful. You'd kill him if you could.
Fair enough.
My loves, not even murder could keep us apart. Though, it is silly, as if there would ever be a murder in the manor.
Philippe, do you think that side effects could also include clouded thoughts and memory loss?
Not usually. Though, if you mix it with an herb like chamomile or valerian, it could.
Damon, it's 2000 hours.
No, it can't be. We must still have time. Eve, they're coming to take me. Please, don't let them take me.
No one is taking you. Inspector, no one is
taking her, correct?
We just don't have the evidence, Eve.
Of course we have bloody evidence. He falsified documents. He killed an officer.
Which will get him for one crime. It won't convict him of Sharinghold's murder.
If you two are done with the hysteria, I do believe it is time that we go arrest our killers.
Damon, we can't arrest anyone without the murder weapon.
Harris, have you learned nothing from the force? When your suspect thinks they have the upper hand, you bluff.
Perfect. Time to arrest the killer.
For once, Smithins, you are correct. It is indeed time that we arrest the killers.
Killers?
Slip of the tongue, old boy. Sorry, please, sit down. We were just about to begin.
Philippe, where have you been? Resting, Aisha.
Resting? Where have you been resting?
Margaret and I found him, sir.
Wait. Has anyone seen Alric? Should someone go find him?
He'll pop up somewhere.
I've been meaning to ask how he moves so
This is nonsense! We need to proceed with the arrest. When I come back with the yards...
Are you sure that is a wise decision, Bartholomew?
How dare you address...
I will address a traitor however I please, Barty!
I am no traitor.
Is that what Julie would say? We read over your case notes. Julie's last case, I must say. The evidence was handled quite poorly. Not to mention you fraternizing with a clearly overlooked witness, one whom you cleared, mind you.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
I heard you. That day, you told Father the investigation was over.
He paid you and you got him the land he wanted, by any means necessary.
But Julie found out. She always did. She told him, and, well, you killed her. You would have left that just as a warning. But there was a loose end. A witness.
I saw her. Just as you saw me, because the day that I heard you, you were there, weren't you? Your voice was too clear to be on the phone.
You came on a drug bust, threatened her, all so that Sharinghold would keep quiet.
And he did. Until his daughter finally came back and the guilt started to eat him alive.
He was going to rat you out. But you couldn't kill him. No. Lucky enough for you, you had someone who can help. And someone who will never say no to her precious little Barty.
All case notes and memories from the mentally ill are not admissible. This is all hearsay at best. You have no proof it was me!
That is where you are wrong, sir.
We found the knife. We sent it off to go get fingerprinted. It is only a matter of time until we get her too. So until then, please, I beg of you, sit tight.
Stay away from him.
Nigel, what are you doing?
Tea, it always was the damn tea!
Damon, now is not the time.
Oh, Lord Sharinghold the gardener, even Elisa's cloud in mind want all of us next!
What?
The broom, that's how she poisons the tea with it.
Nothing too lethal, of course. With the right mix of lavender, the taste of common broom disappears.
Unless, of course, he knew your plan.
Damn it, woman, what are you doing? They were bluffing!
Shut up, Barty! It wasn't supposed to be the knife, you know, but 4 sips in, and he recognized the broom. It was too messy of a method to be my first choice, believe me.
Father trusted you. He let you in and you killed him.
Oh, my dear Evelyn, do not be cross with me. The only reason you're upset is because you couldn't do it yourself. Barty is baton!
Tea was awful anyway.
Oh, no, Philippe. Oh, please, you poor
dead, Marty. See? Just needs a trip to hospital, and he'll be right as rain. I have no shirts.
Oh, it's all right.
Up we go!
We have universal health care.
Amen!
Right.
You! Sorry, you!
How did you know?
Lunch. The only person in the entire world whom Smithens would willingly help would be his wife.
Men, please take Nisha Smithens and Barty into custody for the murders of Lord Sharinghold and Julie Reynolds. Any other charges can be added later.
She called your name as the light left her eyes.
Light is something you will never see again, my friend.
Handle this myself, Harris. They certainly don't have those foods where you're going. Take them away!
I believe these will be of assistance.
And those are...
Evidence I have compiled over the past 24 hours. You see, before he passed, the late Lord Sharinghold entrusted me with his heir's well-being. Naturally, I underwent my own investigation to keep Elise safe. Your emotional distress is distress nonetheless. Excuse me, the officers are surely trampling the dahlias.
Is no one concerned why he does that?
I'm free. They can't take me back, Charlie. They're not taking me back. Thank you, Inspector Richards. Charlie, we have to celebrate. Last one to the weapons room has to drink the first tonic they find.
Ooh, now is not the right time to be drinking random medications.
They make an odd pair.
She's your sister.
He's your friend.
But you knew him first.
Touche, detective.
Well, I do believe this concludes my visit.
Maybe I'll see you around?
Considering our social circles are doubtful.
Perhaps I'll invite you over for tea then.